The Oklahoma City Federal Building will be soon a little more than a heap of rubble. That'll happen in about 2 hours. Transportation Secretary Federico Pena and federal safety officials are going to announce a seatbelt recall today on more than 8 million cars, and would be one of the largest recalls in history. Another hike in interest rates unlikely as the Federal Reserve meets behind closed doors today. DNA scientist Gary Sims will get a break from testimony in the O.J. trial. He has to attend to some personal matter. Replacing him on the stand will be state criminologist Renee Montgomery. In sports yesterday in the NBA playoffs, Houston beat San Antonio 94-93 in the Western Conference Finals. Houston did that in San Antonio, slid by the Spurs. Yet that Coach Tomjanovich was a very happy man. Brian Herta will not be able to use his car that he crashed that was qualified, so that means they're going to have to put the new car at the back of the field. He'll start 33rd. A bad break for Brian Herta. National League scores: Montreal over Florida, Cincinnati beat Houston, and Colorado down the Cubs. I guess I didn't give the scores, but they won. Gunner will do it later. Detroit, Kansas City, and Milwaukee win in the American League. Now for your forecast: partly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Look for a high of 85. Tonight, partly cloudy, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, low 62. We have 57 degrees now at Q95.
Live from Indianapolis, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Morning to late at night. She's telling me I can't do nothing right. I can't take it. What can I say? I pack my bag, make a getaway. One thing's for certain, one thing's for sure. Don't have it in me to put it in her no more. Perfume don't smell right. Does not like that movie that I took her to last night. I work too much, but I'm always around. Oh, her voice can be an irritating sound. One thing's for certain, one thing's for sure. Don't have it in me to put it in her no more. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. It's for certain. It's for sure. Don't have it in me to put it in her no more. Hey, Jimmy, I'm right here, Duke. Tell us something we don't know. Give me room. There's a mad dog at the mic. I work my fingers to the bone every single day. When the weekend comes along, she takes all of my pay. The way she treats me, it's a terrible crime. Ever since I said I do, I'm doing all the time. It'd be a different story if she owned a liquor store, but I don't have it in me to put it in her no more. Whoa! Doesn't sound happy, something backing up or something? Any more you want to say? I'm a bad man. I put my time in many nights, many days. Hell, Duke, I put it in a million different ways. I had a problem once, so I got my dad's advice. I came home early and I put it in twice. Every single day she has a bitch du jour, and I don't have it in me to put it in her no more. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have it in me. Don't have it in me. It's for Satan. It's for sure. Have it in me to put it in her no more. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Ah! Whoa! Ah! I'm not all I might have been, but I'm no fat head and my patience gets thin. Her mouth is on some eternal quest. Put that thing to rest. It's for Satan, it's for sure. Don't have it in me to put it in her no more. I don't have it in me. Don't have it. I don't have
to put it in her no more. Don't have it in me. 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 I don't have it in me. Don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. Don't have it in me. It's for sight. It's for sound. Don't have it in me to put it in her no more.
We're leaving the rally after our Odyssey. We're talking to someone. What is your name?
Monica.
Monica, what I need to know is if you're going to sleep with a pacer, who's it going to be tonight?
Dale Davis.
Dale Davis. Why Dale Davis?
Because he's menacing and he's got a huge
Yeah, he'd be nuts over you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure his be all over me.
On the Bob and Tom Show, all of our models are 18 years of age or older. This is Don Pardo speaking.
When Harry Met Sally, it was the feel-good movie of the year. The producers were thinking sequel, but even with the classic orgasm scene, it just couldn't shake off that image as a girl movie. What to do? Well, the solution was simple. Get ready for the no longer a girl movie feel-good comedy sequel of the year. It's When Curly Met Sally.
What are you covering up about? Roses are red. And how do you do? Drink 4 of these and whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, no, not that. Wait a minute. You can't eat me. That's ticklish.
It's Curly and Meg Ryan. When Curly Met Sally.
There's an ideal couple if I ever saw one.
I'll have what she's having. Certainly.
Bravo. I like that one.
Oh, hey, we got to start working now.
I'm sorry.
Good morning. You have stumbled upon the Bob and Tom Show. Got them little horns in there. Hey, look, there it is, fellas. I can feel it.
There's only one problem with that picture.
El Baldo.
Tom's bald also, and I don't believe that's part of the plan.
You're correct. That is not part of the plan, but I do like the look of Bob with just the sideburns.
I look like G. Gordon Liddy.
You're not holding a smoking gun.
You know, the thing is, though, out of the two, this bald billboard we have in our studio, Tom, you've got the misshapen head. You see how they mapped your head out?
No, I would. What's that thing on Bob's? What is that, a tumor on the left there? Come on.
On mine, look at yours.
Look at here's a gypsy
What's
fortune
that up
teller.
on the top there?
I don't know.
Looks like you got hit with a club.
I probably did. I just don't remember.
That's a tire iron shot right there, baby. El
Renditions
Baldo's
of me
beautiful.
and Tom Bald. Go Pacers.
Woohoo! More to come with B&T. Good morning.
Oh, baby. Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Quickly, can I get an update on who won the basketball game last night? I went to bed at halftime.
Oh, yeah. Houston upset
They-
San Antonio.
They did. Oh, my.
Robert Horry, a jump shot with 6.5 seconds left. Hey, look at that.
Hey, this time we're ready.
Good.
Wait a minute. We just did this.
All right, I'm sorry.
Continue,
Wow.
please, Gunnar. I'm sorry.
Houston wins. Robert Horry, 6.5 seconds left. He was 0 for 4 shooting for the previous portion of the game. He sinks a jump shot, and they win. And Dennis Rodman was a little crap head again, too.
Oh, yeah. Boy, he looked good last night.
He always is.
Kind of a red-orange hair last night. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, it just keeps him in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Something has to.
Well, morning.
Good morning. We were referring to a banner that has been put up in our
Studios here.
The banner says, El Baldo is beautiful. And it portrays both Bob and I with our heads shaved. Now, the fact of the matter is...
Referring to what Reggie, I guess, called me.
Mm-hmm. Well, in fact, let's just get right to that. We have... this is a tape recording of our conversation with Reggie Miller just last week. Reggie?
Bob, I'm going to tell you, Bob, you're next.
Uh-oh. I'm next.
If we get to the finals, Bob, you've got to go El Baldo.
Oh, yes. Yes. The challenge has been set.
Either go El Baldo or take off that mustache. One of the two got to go.
Oh, man.
I think you'll go El Baldo first, Reggie.
You think so?
No, I think I'd cut the mustache off first.
Yeah,
Can you
the mustache. Yeah,
play
let's go with
that
the
back?
mustache.
Well, see, if I go bald, I can just wear the hat.
That's it. What's the matter if
what's
you're
the
bald?
difference?
All right, Reggie, if you guys make it to the finals, I will have my head shaved by you.
Yes.
Yes!
I have that on tape, Reggie. We will... I can't wait to see this.
Practice.
Okay, see, now that pretty much establishes it, Bob. You said if we make it to the final.
Can you fast forward that?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to hear again?
Just the beginning of it. I think he said if we make the finals next week. Is that what he said?
You mean that would mean the conference finals?
Did you just play it again? I want to make sure that's what he said.
That would be...
That would be devastating.
Yeah, that would be frightening.
Bob, I'm going to tell you, Bob, you're next.
Uh-oh. I'm next.
If we get to the finals, Bob, you've got to go El Baldo.
Oh, yes. Yes. The challenge has been set.
Either go El Baldo or take off that mustache.
Okay,
One of the two
all right.
got to go.
Okay.
No,
okay.
he didn't
Maybe
say
it's
next
just,
week.
maybe it's just
No,
one of those things
he meant the
inside my
final.
head.
Yeah, he meant
Sorry.
the finals.
All right.
Because it's my understanding. See, we were talking about Rick Smits, and I asked him if Rick was going to shave his head, and he said Rick was going to do it if we make
The finals.
NBA finals.
Right. And so is Mr. Kite.
Rick
Oh,
Smits,
yeah. Greg? The thug? The ringleader?
for the benefit of Mr. Kite.
There will be a shave tonight on trampoline.
Now, we've been talking about how the Pacers get no respect from the national media. And there's a alleged writer for USA Today.
Oh, now what?
Oh, jeez.
David Dupree, who apparently doesn't know how Rick Smits spells his name. You'd think he could get that much right.
2 T's.
No, he spelled Rick wrong, didn't he? Or did he spell Smits wrong?
Rick, R-I-C-K.
In the USA. R-I-C-K in the USA.
What an idiot.
Smith smelled properly, I hope.
Yeah, I think you got that right.
All right.
But, for a guy who's supposed to be their basketball correspondent or apologist for the New York Knicks, as we like to call them.
All of those guys are horrible when it comes to small market teams or smaller market teams. If it would have been a Knicks-Bulls final, you're looking at 2-3 media markets playing. And Hubie Brown is quoted in the USA Today as saying, well, of course more people are going to watch. The cities are bigger. Orlando and Indy, 22-24 TV markets. Although Hubie says, hey, there's a lot of interest in Reggie and Shaq. Maybe the numbers will come around.
Sure
the
they
USA
will.
Today is always knocking smaller market NBA franchises.
Yeah, you're talking there, but still, Shaq and Reggie are now national, players. So
Oh,
people are
yeah.
gonna follow them. If not, then they wouldn't be able to sell Reeboks.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Shaq's been selling Reeboks, and apparently he's got more TV commercials on than Tom McTeague.
Not a basketball player, but a friend of the show.
Yes, he's on every commercial you ever turn on.
In any event, I just thought that was kind of illustrative of the of what we're dealing with in the media world these days. Well, I want to thank whoever sent us the El Baldo.
That is truly cool.
Beautiful job.
The El Baldo poster.
Here we go.
Well, good morning. Thanks, everybody who came out to our signing party yesterday. We got one more in Indianapolis today. That's our final one here.
Today at 5.
5 to 7. Before the game, obviously.
Yes. So I believe there'll be a TV or two there.
We'll be at Grindstone Charlie's on the east side, which is just off outside the 465 ring on Washington Street.
East Washington.
From 5 to 7 today. We'll tell you about that later on. And some other stuff coming up this morning. Let's take a little break. We'll come back. You're listening to the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, 618. Good morning.
Hi.
What a surprise.
I'm
Hi.
sorry, I had something in my mouth. Look for a part-line. No, I'm just kidding. Partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. High 80 to 85. Tonight, partly cloudy, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the lower 60s. Wednesday, a 50% chance of thunder showers. Highs in the lower 80s. Once again, we have a signing party tonight, 5 to 7 at Grindstone Charlie's on the east side, just outside the 465 loop. So join us before the game if you get a chance, please. This is the Bob and Tom Show. And,
Hello?
Christy, you'll notice across the room there, the
First thing I noticed this morning when I came in.
the El Baldo, the El Baldo banner, which shows Bob, and it shows me bald. However, I am not shaving my head. Bob is the one who has volunteered to have his head
Not shaving my head.
shaved. This is assuming that the Pacers can defeat the Orlando Magic and enter the NBA Finals.
Yes.
You know, why isn't Gunner shaving his head? He's the one that's supposed to do all that kind of stuff around here.
Would save you a lot of time in the morning, though, as long as it takes you to fix your hair.
I showered
You
today.
did wash it this morning, didn't you?
Wow.
I just
I
think
could
that Bob has made the wager with Reggie.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of forced into it, but I'll follow it.
Bob and Reggie go back a ways, and Bob taught Reggie Miller how to drive a boat.
Mm-hmm. That was an experience.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Does he drive a boat anything like he drives an automobile?
Actually, he's quite cautious on the waterways.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a few years ago. So who knows? Maybe he's the terror, just like he is on asphalt.
I see. Anyway, it is a fine look. Now, I'm afraid that... Now, the last time we actually looked that way was when we did a special thing with the Colts. Remember that?
The no trim thing?
Yeah, I remember that. Last time we did that, we all grew Fu Manchus, and then I had my family pictures taken.
That was the no trim till the Colts win. That was the thing where we said we wouldn't have sex
Had
till the
this-
Colts won a game.
Had this ugly Fu Manchu, and all
That
of a
went
sudden,
on for a couple months.
No, we scheduled to have the family pictures, and you have to do them now because I just can't squeeze you in again. Okay, great. So here I am in this horrible Fu Manchu with my wife, my child, and our dog.
Dad was in his heroin phase.
Yeah, it looks like it was taken about 1968.
Very bad.
In the background, a poster, Inagata Davida, Iron Butterfly. Fine. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Bob will look great bald. I can't
Oh,
wait.
you bet I will.
You do look kind of like G. Gordon Liddy.
I look
You
very
do
much
kinda
A
look.
lot like G. Gordon Liddy.
You just need a smoking 45.
Fortunately,
And
you
I
have the
think I'll
hat.
start carrying a gun again.
well, let's move on and talk with Christy Lee. Christy, good morning.
Morning. Here's what's going on in the world. Demolition crew plans to use dynamite charges this morning to bring down what's left of the Oklahoma City Federal Building. James Nichols will be a free man again today, jailed since shortly after the bombing on unrelated charges. He's scheduled for release at noon. More rain predicted for waterlogged Missouri and Illinois could last into the weekend, which could be some problems. There's a new weather satellite in orbit that can improve the forecasting of floods, hurricanes, and tornadoes.
How about just improving the forecast?
Yeah, really.
Period.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You're talking with three people who, on a day when it wasn't supposed to rain till 3 o'clock, sat under a deluge 2 Saturdays ago.
Yep, I was
It's
there.
not going to rain till 3 o'clock.
It won't rain until the afternoon.
Right.
Oh, it's afternoon in London right now.
No, it would have been raining in London as well.
Yes.
One of the biggest recalls in U.S. history will be announced today. Japanese-made seat belts installed in nearly 9 million cars sold between 1986 and 1991.
All kinds of cars. too.
Yes, all kinds of
A lot of
cars.
American cars have them. Yeah, there'll be a substantial list of cars.
Oops.
Riverboats could be in the water by Thanksgiving up in the Gary area, even though a land dispute remains unresolved.
That's the time you want to hit the water in this state.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Usually about November is the time you
Great
want to get into
skiing.
most of your water
Oh, yeah.
sports, water
Little
activities.
barbecue out on the barge, you betcha.
Hey, bring the drumstick and the cranberry sauce. It's Thanksgiving. Let's go out in a boat in Chicago.
Yeah, the waves are only about 12 feet out.
Why
on
can't we
the
just
bay.
Why can't we just break down and say, okay, people are going to gamble. Let's just do it here in this little section. Why do we have to go through the whole rigmarole of building boats? And
It makes them all feel so much better. Oh, no, it's not on our lands. No, we're clean.
pathetic.
Comcast.
I'm just going for the ride and the $5 beers. Okay.
Now, you let the Indians build the ones on the land. We'll do it on the water.
Yeah, okay.
Comcast Cablevision will have extra crews out tonight in a bid to thwart any repeat of the vandalism that blacked out portions of 2 Pacer playoff games to some subscribers. So hopefully they'll find whoever did that.
It's vandals now. It's not
They're
the
vandals.
It's
That's
not
what
the
they're
company.
saying.
It was probably,
Vandals did it.
probably those reporters from the New York papers.
Yeah, you can't spell Rick Smith's name
See,
correctly.
Oh, we're not going to take the blame. Geez, people would probably cancel our cable if they found out that we really did this.
You know, if I got to bet on the Vandals or the Comcast guy that's going to be guarding the cable, I'm betting on the Vandals. I think they can take the Comcast guy.
Oh, I think Comcast does a fine job.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Bixley working his way through school by sitting down on the job. He's the test rocker for the Lazy Boy Chair Company.
What a deal.
The University of Michigan senior spends his summers rocking back and forth millions of times in company's new rocker designs. That's all he does.
That's a job?
It's a job.
I got a feeling he's on the football team. I don't want to say full scholarship, but okay, Biff. Here are the keys to your Cadillac.
All right.
Now what you got to do is 1 day a week for half an hour, go to the factory, sit out on a couple chairs, and just sign this, and then you'll be receiving $10,000 a week and a full scholarship.
Very
He
nice.
actually says he works up a sweat doing this job.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, right.
He'd probably have to be a big guy, wouldn't he, to test the springs and the strength of the chair and the
He
rocking
doesn't say how
ability?
big he is.
He's
but-
probably
Can you
300
imagine
pounder.
getting paid for sitting on your... Wait, excuse me. I beg your pardon.
Back up a little bit.
Big sports day.
Oh, it's going to be a big one. Tonight kicks off the Pacers Magic Series down in Orlando. You can watch the entire Pacer Magic game on the big screen inside Market Square Arena tonight. If you want to head down, $1 admission, $1 parking at the MSA Garage. It all benefits the Pacers Basketball Foundation Corporation. Tickets go on sale at 4 p.m. Doors open at 5:30.
They'll have concessions open, just like we did last year. Remember when we went to Atlanta? We did this. We had Market Square Arena, and we did cut-ins and stuff. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time to get all the Pacer fans together.
I'm busy. I'm sorry I can't attend.
I would imagine people from all parts
Sure.
probably be heading to that, checking it out. Well, Houston yesterday won Game 1 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals, beating San Antonio 94-93, grabbing the home court advantage from the San Antonio Spurs. Robert Horry hit the game-winning shot with 6.5 seconds remaining in that contest last night.
Jeez.
Defending world champs. Looking tough.
Look out.
Some race news, even though all is sort of quiet at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Chip Ganassi Racing Team announced Monday that a new 95 Renard will replace the car that 24-year-old Brian Herta crashed in practice last week. Herta spun the back end of his Target Scotch video-sponsored machine and hit the turn 2 wall squarely on the left side. Backup driver Mike Groff tested the replacement car 4T late last week. And by USAC auto rules, by replacing a qualified car, it sends the driver to the back of the 33-car field.
Right.
He will be in row 11. If he's cleared to drive, he'll give up that 18th qualifying spot, the outside of row 6, and head to the back. Who drew Brian Herta in the Jelly Bean poll?
Who would that be?
That would be me here in the building.
Way to go.
So I go from row 6 to row 11.
Now, I'm surprised. I've seen cars that have been in much worse shape and still repaired and run the
apparently,
race.
I think if the certain parts of the, what is it, the tub or whatever
Chassis, tub.
are bent, they can't fix it.
Is that right?
They sent it to England, and really
said
bad
no way,
prognosis.
huh? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going 230 miles an hour, I'm thinking maybe if you're off like a quarter inch on one thing, it could kill you. So I imagine the tolerances in these automobiles are pretty serious.
Sure.
It's not like your home car.
No.
Where you don't see a guy in the pits with a big sledge going, knock that flange over, it'll ride. Give me some duct tape, send it back out.
They do that in Winston Cup racing,
Hell
my
yeah,
golly.
get the crowbar, pull
Hell
that fender up
yeah.
the tire. Now you're ready to go.
Right.
These
I
things
don't
are-
care. I
these
don't have a
things are,
hood. I can go.
They're sort of like space age.
Yes, exactly.
Space.
Oh, yeah, they're rocket
go-karts.
ships.
Yeah, you can't exactly
Rocket ships
just.
with wheels. Look out.
Some additional racing news. Emerson Fittipaldi will not be the alternate for Sunday's Indianapolis 500. Team Penske has withdrawn Fittipaldi's car in order to concentrate on future races. Al Unser Jr.'s car was also withdrawn. He's the first defending champion to miss qualifying for the race. Frank Freon, or Frank Freon, as we say, will be the alternate
Freon.
for the race.
I
Frank
saw him
Freon.
pull out yesterday.
Yep, they went home.
Frank Freon.
They are
Freon.
gone. The Penske garages are
So,
Empty.
who did you get in the Jelly Bean pool?
I don't know. I didn't,
Yeah, here
I
it
didn't
is.
draw.
It's
I
right
didn't-
here.
I did not draw mine, so I'm not in the pool.
Well, it's your
Did you pay
name is
your-
on here.
Well, she better good luck collecting the money because I'm not playing for it.
The jelly beans. Let's see.
I didn't draw mine either, so I guess I don't have Eric Bachelard.
I don't have anybody.
It says you have Alicio Salazar.
Well, they're incorrect because I did not draw it.
Well.
We better throw that back in the envelope.
I think you better.
Some additional news. The NFL's Dallas Cowboys have a new backup for quarterback Troy Aikman. They signed Wade Wilson, 36-year-old veteran. Some Major League action in baseball, limited action
It's
in
like
both
sending
leagues.
someone to go vote for me. What do you mean you voted for Clinton?
It was a blind draw. You just picked one out of a hat
See,
anyway.
in Chicago, this is how they do their race draw. Somebody else does it for you, just like the voting process.
Yeah, that's how they vote in
In the American League, only 3 games. Kirk Gibson's 2-run homer in the 7th inning gave Detroit a 10-8 win over Seattle. The Royals shut out the Blue Jays 7-zip. Milwaukee turned 16 hits into a 7-5 victory over Cleveland. In the NL, Colorado rallied for 2 ninth-inning runs, beat the Cubs 9-8. Ron Gant belted 2 homers, including one in the bottom of the 10th inning of Cincinnati's 3-2 victory over Houston.
Ron Gant hasn't he been playing baseball forever?
Oh, he's been firing up recently, though. This is like the second time in a week
It's-
that he's won a game in
Actually,
extra innings.
he hasn't played that long.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
like,
about 29, 30
he?
years old.
Oh, I thought he
he's
was
just-
older than that.
He's just been on the news a lot because he screwed up on a contract, lost a great deal of money, then signed for more, and then broke his arm, and then signed for less, and then signed for more.
That's why then.
He's all messed up, but very rich.
Got that going for him.
Got that going for him.
Montreal snapped a 4-game slide 5-2.
Bet he can't write a
Over
decent
Florida.
haiku to save his life, though. I got $100 as I can out haiku him.
I'll bet you anything he couldn't figure out how to do the lazy boy job.
Bet you $5.
I'll bet you 5.
There's probably a lot of guys that like that lazy boy job. Actually.
I think so.
At the top of
And
the hour.
I bet he spilled more than me, Bob, Gunner, Dean, and the whole male population of this building.
Without question. Yes. I envy the man.
There isn't a shower in a major league city in this town that hasn't seen
All right.
load after.
Oh!
Good Lord.
Hello.
At the top of the hour, speaking of that, we'll have hockey news and also 18 holes of golf played in just a little over 13 minutes.
Liar.
No way.
It's true.
It's probably
Strange, but true.
putt-putt.
Nope, a full 18-hole golf course played in a little over 13 minutes.
Computer.
Hey, look
On
at
a
my new
computer?
golf cart.
Nope,
It goes
not
100
computer.
miles an hour.
Not computer.
They used to.
Hey, we got the new Menard engine here on the golf cart. I'll tell you, this baby can. We're going
Ever seen that show that they play?
235 in the corners on the fifth
have you
green.
seen
Tom Sneva has a golf cart that goes over 100 miles an
Sure.
hour.
He does.
Yeah, he owns a golf course in
Well, he needs one
Arizona.
because he is nowhere near the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in an automobile.
Well, he retired.
Well, yeah.
But have you seen that show that they produce for ESPN or one of those wacky sports channels that's running golf? Have you seen that?
No,
Golf
running
channel?
golf?
No, it's not for the golf channel. It's like I saw it on ESPN. You hit the ball
And
and run. These guys have on running shoes and they run.
You know why they do
And they
that?
play that as fast as the game. You know, you try to play the game as fast as you can and
You
get
know
your
what makes
lowest
that
score.
exciting?
What?
Landmines.
I'd say landmines and snipers.
Incredible.
Do you know why they do that?
Why?
Because they're dicks. Okay? Sports have a tradition. You're supposed to do it a certain way. Any variation on it ruins it.
Exactly.
This was the weirdest thing I'd ever
Well,
seen.
it's sort
let
of
me
like
tell you.
bowling, except they have a thing in the middle.
They
No.
run. They have running shoes on.
Well, then they're morons. Walking is fine, a little more exercise, but
and their caddies carry their clubs on a golf cart and
They have
follow
a caddy?
'em. Oh, yeah, 'cause
I
you
think
can't
their
run with
caddies
your clubs.
make them run too, damn it.
Yeah, really. It's the
Come on,
silliest
Dad, I
thing.
want you to caddy for me today.
It's the silliest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it's sort of like golf, except you use a frisbee and a shotgun and a dog. And then what? I hate those phony sports. I can't stand them. It's always on ESPN. You've got these. Oh, it's really taking off. We have 10,000 people participating in. Show me a real
It's water
sport.
polo with boats. Yes.
See, that's the problem with the Olympics now.
Oh, yeah.
Every year they've got some new completely fake. What was it? The
Ballroom dancing.
dancing's now an Olympic sport.
Ballroom dancing.
Well, I guess Greg Louganis has something to participate in now. No, Greg, you're not supposed to suck them. You're supposed to.
Finally, this morning, a group of New York City cops are accused of dancing naked in a Washington hotel.
Oh, sure they
Most
are.
of them apparently did cover their private parts.
Yeah, with their stomachs. I think we should go away.
Yeah,
we'll be
more
right
news
back.
coming up.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, 637 and Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hello. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. Sure, fine. We got a signing party coming up. Our last one in Indianapolis. It'll be tonight at Grindstone Charlie's on the east side, just outside the 465 loop on Washington there.
East Washington.
East Washington. Grindstone Charlie's. Join us at 5, won't you? We'll have the last of the T-shirts and the posters and our album, of course, Checkered Pass. So join us. Look for a nice day today. Partly cloudy. A chance of some showers, though, this afternoon. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey.
And I want to remind everybody that if you are unable to get our current album because you can't get to one of the many locations selling it, we have made arrangements to set up an 800 line so you can actually call and buy it over the telephone if you have a Visa or a MasterCard. That number is 1-800-BUY-THIS. That's 1-800-289-8447. If you're in your car and can't write that down, you can call our front desk later and find out that number. 1-800-289-8447 to buy our album Checkered Past. It's sponsored by Party Time Rental and Jack's Tool Rental. It's available statewide at all Karma locations and lots of other places.
All right.
We're going to play something from it right now. This is a double CD, double cassette featuring all the classics from the past on the race albums, including songs like A Song for Dick, which we'll be performing live, by the way.
Thursday night.
Thursday at our Carburation Day celebration.
Looking forward to that.
You'll hear the fabulous live rendition of that. But we thought we'd play something from the new CD, the one that has all the new stuff on it. Which tune have you selected here?
Tim Wilson.
Okay, this is a song about growing up in a family that is torn between rock and roll and country music.
Mama made us listen to Pink Floyd and Floyd Kramer. We had 3 square meals of mushrooms and cornbread. Mama's kitchen smelled a lot like incense and cathead biscuits. We'd watch Porter and Dolly and then throw on the Grateful Dead. Born and raised on acid country, eating turnip greens and a handful of Nebutol. Yeah, Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't play Hendrix on a banjo. Mama walked the floor and laid another brick in the wall. Our heroes were Roy Acuff and Abby Hoffman. We grew up outside of Woodstock, Tennessee, listening to Farron Young and a side of Inagata DeVito. Mama made a well-rounded outcast out of me. Born and raised on acid country, eating cold ham hocks and a handful of Placidil. Yeah, Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go playing Alice Cooper on a dobro, wearing leather hip huggers, working in the cotton mill. Everybody, and if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. And son, you're walking on the fighting side of me. Yeah, excuse me while I kiss the sky. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And Chet Atkins playing the guitar on the MTV. Born and raised on acid country, making Smoke on Water sound a lot like Uncle Pen. That's a bluegrass song. Yeah, and Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't mix Deep Purple and Bill Monroe. Roll, 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 hit it. And sunshine of your love while yodeling. Oh, oh, yodel lady, lady, lady.
Very nice. Tim Wilson, Acid Country. Good morning.
Great song from Tim. I thought we'd play a little something else from Tim. That particular tune is featured on our new album, Checkered Past. This is Tim just talking here about car trouble. Tim Wilson is our guest.
Not a lot to talk about. I'm the kind of guy that sleeps in rest areas, you know what I mean? I have a lot of car problems. You ever get one of those mechanics? Guy looks like a guy of the 6th grade, but he talks over your head so high you don't know what he's talking about. Well, I can do one or two things to it. I can pull the hose off the top of your intake manifold and create a vacuum down the top of the piston and try to grind oil out of the top of the piston. Pull your header gasket down off the top and unhook your electrical switch from a starter and race it up your flywheel. Pull your timing chain everything down around gear shifter and transmission. Fix your fuel mixture and your fuel injector system. Take a torque wrench, pull the exhaust manifold off, and clean it out. Pull the coil out of your top of your crankcase, put the crankcase back, take your bolt out, and hook the hose to it. Or we could just change that oil. You can't find a mechanic in a service station anymore.
No, you can't.
You remember back in the 70s, 80s? I don't know if Bob remembers the 60s or not, but I don't remember the 60s. I was 8. But anyway, you can break that out here on 65, push your car all the way to dadgum Kentucky, get it up an exit ramp, see that Amoco station down there in the darkness, that glimmering ray of hope. Roll your car down there. Do you get a mechanic? No. What do you get? You get a fat lady selling Cheetos, won't open the door for you. That's what you get. It's a sorry world, is what it is.
No more mechanics, you're right. That's Tim Wilson, and that's the truth.
That is the truth.
A little glassed-in booth now, greeting you off the interstate. Good morning. You're with Bob and Tom, and it's time for us to give something away. This morning we have in our prize package the Allman Brothers' new one. It's a live CD called Second Set, the sequel to First Set, which was their live album from a couple years ago.
That makes sense.
It's great stuff. We have the Jungle Book video from Buena Vista Home Video, now available at Farmore. We have a 6-pack of sandwiches from Subway. Dinner for 2 from Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill with a new summer Southwestern menu. 2 tickets to Old Indiana Fun Park. An 8-piece family meal from KFC. And finally, a summer supply of Henry's Western French dressing. And we were discussing this, just exactly what this is yesterday.
I don't know. French with a little barbecue sauce?
Well, is it Western France or French dressing with a Western American feel?
What's French about?
I have no idea.
We, y'all?
That would be the south of France.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's the old West.
I don't know. I have no idea. Shall we do French-related trivia this morning?
I know nothing about the country of France.
You'd be surprised, Bob. I bet you know the answer to this question.
I've been in Paris.
You've been in Paris?
Yeah, don't you remember you guys tried to page me? Me and Chick?
Oh, that's right. When you flew to the Olympics, you
Yes.
went through Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Did you leave the airport?
No, we only had 45 minutes.
So you've been in France for 45 minutes.
Well, yeah. Long enough to get frisked and sent on to another plane.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love customs. It's so much fun. Oh, yeah. No, he is the one with the gun.
So you didn't even get time to go to the postcard section of the Louvre Museum.
No, we got nothing.
You didn't see.
I got to see the Eiffel Tower from the plane, and that was it.
Wow, you can go see that at Kings Island.
I know.
Not quite the same. For a long time, and it's my favorite photograph of the city. It's a photograph of about 100 Japanese men having their picture taken in front of the Eiffel Tower. These guys literally...
It was a Kodak moment there, wasn't it?
It was a pack, all men, these Japanese guys, and one at a time, they would leave the pack to take a photograph.
Oh, so
this went on for a good half hour. So you follow the logic here.
I'm following you. Everybody wanted
wanted to be in the shot, but they're...
Wow.
And, of course, needless to say, they all had cameras. Not to reinforce a cultural stereotype, but it happens to be an absolute pure fact, okay?
It truly is.
You will go to heaven. Every Japanese guy will have a camera, okay?
By then, you probably won't need a camera.
They'll still have one.
They'll probably
Trust
have some new invention.
Okay, this is somewhat French-related, barely trivia, kind of.
All right.
This actor is currently starring in a major motion picture.
Uh-huh.
He also starred in a film with the word French in the title.
I know that one.
But I'm not talking about the
Kevin
current
Kline.
major motion picture called French Kiss.
I say, you're not talking about Kevin Kline.
No. I'll repeat the question.
I know who you're talking about.
This actor is currently starring in a major motion picture.
Yes.
Very big, successful film.
Mm-hmm.
He also starred in another picture, in fact, 2 of them, that had the word French in the title. What is his name? 239-1095.
And he's been
on this show.
On this program.
He is a friend of the show.
And I'll prove it.
Do you have that?
I do.
You're kidding.
No. At least I did.
I don't think that's it. I don't know if that's around here.
I have
it. Okay.
I promise I do.
Okay. We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom.
239-1095. 651 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's see now. Here we go. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. High about 85. Tonight, partly cloudy, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, lows in the lower 60s. And then tomorrow, a 50% chance of thunderstorms coming our way. We got a Checkered Past signing party. Our new album, it's our last one in Indianapolis. So join us, please, at Grindstone Charlie's on East Washington if you want to buy our new album and get it signed, okay? Just this afternoon from 5 to 7, okay?
All right.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, and our trivia question involves...
French.
French, because, well, yesterday we had some visitors from France on the program.
Do you have that?
I don't know where it is. I'll have to look around for it. We unexpected. There was a class of teenagers from Paris. Very nice, well-behaved, great-looking bunch of kids. And we were trying to speak to one another. It wasn't particularly successful. But it was
I believe they're on their way home today. I think yesterday was their last day in Indiana.
Okay, and they've been here for 3 weeks. What a cool trip.
Yeah.
For them. But so we're talking about things French. This actor is currently in a big hit movie, not the movie French Kiss. But this actor has been in 2 movies that I know of at least that have the word French in the title. And he's also been on this program a couple times.
That's right.
And we're going to prove that
in just a minute.
Shortly.
But first we have to find out who it is. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Joan Teal.
Hello, Joan. How are you?
Well, just fine. How are you guys?
All right. Who are we talking about?
Gene Hackman.
Very good.
And what are the movies with the word French in them?
Well, The French Connection was a real good movie, and I think he won an award for that.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Well,
and he was in French Connection, too.
Oh, you gave it away. That was the hard part of the question.
It was?
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you know that?
Did I?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're lying.
No, I did. No, I did.
She wouldn't lie.
It was a great movie.
You have call waiting, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You know it's on my list.
It's annoying sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's called irritating is what it is.
Listen, when you have teenage kids, you always have call waiting.
Oh, no, that's when you get rid of the phone.
That's when you have caller ID.
And no, that's when you put in a pay phone and let them have it.
I agree.
They each get their own number.
Okay, now, Joan, to prove that Gene Hackman's been on the show, this goes back about 12 years.
This is when they were filming the motion picture Hoosiers.
Listen to this.
Oh, my.
Hi, this is Gene Hackman, and I just want to say that Bob and Tom are the biggest jerks I've ever met. And you're listening to them, why? I don't know.
Thank you. So there you have it. Living proof that he likes us.
Actually, he is an incredibly cool guy.
He really is.
We were, the story on that is we were, let's see, at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Right.
And they were filming the climax of the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah, the big game at Hinkle.
And they wanted to get a big crowd. And what was the producer's name?
Carter DeHaven.
Carter DeHaven. And he'd asked us to help them get a crowd there, and they were giving away cars and stuff. And the first night they went over to do it, they didn't get much of a crowd because the weather was bad and there wasn't really much going on. So they asked if I had any advice. And so I suggested that they
do a free concert.
Yeah. Oh, and move one of the
high
school, whatever it was, sectional games over to Hinkle, which they did, and it worked.
Mm-hmm. They got a nice crowd.
But in any event, we were there, and we were filming a couple little skits, and Gene Hackman was standing there, and he
loves the camera.
He walked up and he said, "Can I do anything with you guys?" And I was kind of going, Mr. Hackman, quite frankly.
We hadn't planned on anyone of your stature.
Quite frankly, I don't have my AFTRA card with me. But he ended up doing a little skit with us that was
great.
That was very funny, and he was sort of the butt of the joke. The joke was, it was the old classic gag where I'm talking to someone and Gene Hackman walks up to me and starts bugging me, and I said, "Hey, Gene, would you bug off? I'm trying to talk." It was real cool about
Very
it.
nice. Oh, yeah.
So that was Gene.
Jeez. Brain fade.
Joan is our guest.
Joan, have you ever had an encounter with a very famous celebrity?
I went to a party once, and Liberace was there. It was when he was at Starlight.
Uh-huh.
And
was it before or after he was... Was he straight or never mind? What was he wearing?
I'm not sure he was ever straight.
Yeah, I can pretty much go on the record as saying I would.
No, he was very, very nice, actually.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was he wearing?
Just regular clothes.
Oh, really?
Or was he holding a map to Talbot Street in his hand?
Tom.
What? Oh,
He's rather short, actually.
No doubt.
not anymore.
Yeah, he's even
you can't tell because he's lying down.
He's even shorter. His legs fell off, Tom. Never mind.
My husband, one time John Kennedy was downtown at the, do you remember where the Claypool Hotel, it used to be where
Right.
or Claypool Suites are?
Yes.
And he was in the same lobby. John Kennedy was in the lobby with an entourage and
of hookers. I'm sorry. That's amazing getting that close to Kennedy.
He was embarrassed to go shake his hand, so he didn't. But he wished he had.
Well, he just went over and sniffed Marilyn's crotch.
Joan, I apologize for Tom's behavior. I would personally like to shoot him right now. I kind of relive that Lee Harvey Oswald moment.
Hey, Joan, which one of your friends is calling you to tell you you're on the radio? It's so irritating.
It's probably one of her kids. Now, it's probably a phone call saying, "Hey, Joan, you're late for work."
Would you mind getting that so I can find out who it is? It's really killing me now.
Do you want me to?
Yes, find out who it is. It's really bothering me.
All right.
Have we lost her now?
Will you?
Well, they hung up.
They did?
Oh, maybe we humiliated them finally.
They probably heard you.
Hey, Joan. Joan, you were on the radio.
You're on the radio, Joan.
I just was listening, and oh, you mean that was live? Okay, fine.
All right.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thanks, Joan.
You're very clever.
Thank you very much.
I actually saw Bobby Kennedy, believe it or not.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Obviously, I was a very young boy.
Were you brought in front of the Attorney General at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Were you in handcuffs?
There were no charges, although that's when I learned to spell the word Miranda. Little Tommy Griswold, you have the right to remain silent.
Oh, man, I need sleep.
Okay, why don't we play something? Let's play the Electric Amish. This is a tune featured on our new album, Checkered Past. Once again, our last signing party here in the Indianapolis area is going to be tonight at Grindstone Charlie's on East Washington, just outside the 465 loop. Joan?
Right. Yes.
Have you purchased our album yet?
No, I haven't done that. I would love to do that.
Joan.
And come have you signed.
Well, Joan, I really think that since you've won this prize package, you owe it to yourself to go buy this particular.
Oh, yes.
I promise there are no jokes as mean as the one I just did about Maryland.
You know, you guys do something that is really hysterical.
Boy, that's odd.
Hey, let us know. We'd like to be able to.
But this is particularly funny, I think. The one that it's a wonderful, wonderful man. I forget what the name of it is. It's like he says, "I'm the boss" until she gets home.
Oh, Sean Morey.
The Man Song.
The Man Song.
In fact,
I thought that was absolutely
I'll tell you
hysterical.
something.
We'll play that right now.
Sean Morey, he called me. He was on Jay Leno's show 2 Fridays ago.
Uh-huh.
And, in fact, Sean, I walked in this morning, had a phone message from him. He's coming to town, and we're recording that song in the studio.
Oh, great.
Well, it is
Next
very
week.
clever. It is very clever.
Well, and the reason I'm telling you this story, Joan, is because I'm desperately...
We can't find it!
See, Joan, you can't hit us on the fly like that.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No. We have it somewhere.
We got it here somewhere.
It has a red dot on it.
I am over here. I can actually talk to them. I'm on the other side of the room. No one's controlling the radio station right now.
So, Joan, you're going to go out...
I don't find it over here.
You're going to go out and buy our record?
Yes.
Okay. It's got lots of great guests on it, and it's a big charity benefit.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll take a break, Joan, and
Wait a second. I know it's right here.
We'll actually play it in a few minutes.
Let's see. Sherlock Fung.
That's not it.
It was right here.
Are we holding you up at all, Joan?
No, that's fine.
Okay, good.
I'll tell you what. We'll play something, and then while we're playing that short
Let me do the Electric Amish, and we'll look for it here, okay?
And it's real short. We can play it right at the end. I know it's in here. It was right here.
Okay, here it comes.
This is why I want my own studio.
First the Electric Amish, then Sean Morey. Well, I was just looking at it.
Does it have a red dot on it?
Yes.
Nice going, Ray. We're changing the show to the Ray and Tom show since Mr. Charles here. Bob is looking at a stack of 10 tapes. One of them has a huge red dot on it, and he can't see it.
Eat me.
I want more than a snack.
Oh, fine.
This is our friend Sean Morey.
And Gene Hackman again.
Hi, this is Gene Hackman, and I just want to say that Bob and Tom are the biggest jerks I've ever met. And you're listening to them. Why? I don't know.
I don't take no crap from anybody else but you. I wear the pants around here when I'm finished laundry.
I'm a guy you don't want to press unless you have something you want to get off your chest. Because I'm the man of this house until you get home. What I say goes around here right out the window. When I put my foot down, it gets stomped on. Because I'm a man you don't want to fight. When I say jump, you say, yeah, right. I'm the king of my castle when you're not around. Well, I can have sex anytime that you want. And I don't do women's work till my other work is done. And when I have to read the riot act, I read it silently behind your back. Because I'm the captain of this ship, but there's been a mutiny. When I raise my voice, everybody scatters and laughs. I drink and watch sports whenever I want to sleep on the couch. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and I'm going to do whatever you tell me to. Because I'm top dog around here, but I've been neutered.
There it is, Sean Morey, the man's song. I like that.
Sean is going to be updating that and searching for a melody and doing a
That's okay.
doing a new version of it. It's a great song, and we'll be playing the new version of it shortly. That version is going to appear on our next album, actually, our Christmas album. Yesterday we came up with a possible title for it.
For the Christmas album?
Yeah. Oh, what was it? It was so funny, but I'm forgetting. This is a Brain Fade Tuesday. I don't know why.
The Bob and Dick Show.
On my side. Fine. I can see it's going to be one of those days. Maybe we can call it El Baldo.
Okay, fine.
All the more reason, by the way, even if you're not a Pacers fan, you might want to be rooting for them, because if they do win this series,
yeah,
and I'm thinking a sweep would be nice, Bob would have to shave his head that much sooner, because now someone has done a very fine portrait of you. Who did that sign?
I have no idea.
I can't read that far. Dan, what does that say in the bottom right of the sign?
Signs in Time.
Okay. In Fort Wayne. Okay, that's where that's from. Okay, those guys sent us this lovely sign that has Bob's head painted completely bald. Now, we had talked about changing our billboards. Remember that? I think we had that. We were going to have our billboards painted bald.
Yeah.
Now, the one of them here in town has...
this says a little thing that says Go Pacers on it. I saw
well, one of them, my head's been completely blown off the billboard, and
that's the way it was
can't
supposed
help but
to
notice
have
it hasn't been replaced yet.
It's just the Bob Show, the way it was meant to be.
Fine. We have news and sports forthcoming. We'll tell you about why people who work for USA Today can't spell. Let's see, one of the premier players in the NBA, we can't spell his name.
Reek!
Maybe Mr. Dupree needs a new job.
Yeah, probably.
We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi there, 708 at WFBQ Indianapolis, Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. Our weather forecast for today. Partly cloudy, a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. High about 85. Our current temperature is 63. Tonight, partly cloudy, a 30% chance of showers, lows in the lower 60s. And then for tomorrow, a 50% chance of showers with partly cloudy skies. We got a signing party. It's our last one for Checkered Past here in Indianapolis, our current project. 5 to 7 at Grindstone Charlie's, East Washington, just outside the 465 loop this afternoon. This is the Bob and Tom Show. I'll remind you, if you can't get to one of the many stores carrying our album, we do we've made some special arrangements just for this album only. You can get it by calling a special 800 number. Bob and Tom Checkered Past. Get it by calling 1-800-BUY-THIS. That's 1-800-289-8447. Visa and MasterCard only. It's a little experiment because we get so many calls from people who can't get to one of the many stores that has it.
A lot of people come in from out of town for the race, and they can't get it either. So.
And you'll see our little airplane, if you're going to the race this year, flying overhead with that number on it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
You'll see that, so look for that.
I thought it was
really? You got a plane?
I thought I was going to say, this year I was going to say 1-800-TOM-EAT-THIS. Instead of buy this.
Fine. Well,
I don't know what got into me this morning.
You guys missed a very interesting exchange a few moments ago. Yeah.
Tom Griswold at his finest. Thank you.
Between what, you and Bob?
Tom
and himself?
We had this very wonderful, gracious lady on the phone, Joan, and Tom talks about smelling Marilyn Monroe's crotch.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Not me smelling
That's disgusting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is
No, I think you were talking about her husband smelling it, weren't you?
I was talking about John Kennedy.
Why do we have to bring this up again?
Because Tom's a moron.
Nothing.
This is not...
Poor Joan. How could you do that to that poor woman?
She Jeez.
You know, I have been around. I've put up with you for years, but you shouldn't expose poor little innocent women to you.
Little innocent Joan is, she's not that young. She's got teenage children.
She could be young.
Yes.
So she's been around the block a couple times.
She could be young.
Well, I'm trying to do the math here. She said her husband saw John Kennedy. That means it must have been pre-1963.
Mm-hmm. He could have been 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
They didn't have to be married yet.
It was my understanding they were
married at the time. Is that what you were saying?
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Now, we've been talking earlier about the fact that the national media cannot figure out anything about the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
To prove it, if you grab USA Today this morning, David Dupree, Dick Dupree as we like to call him, who has been an apologist for the Knicks since day one. He can barely stand to print the score if the Knicks don't win. The first word in his story on page 12C of this morning's USA Today is spelled wrong. That word would be Rick, as in Rick Smits. Rick doesn't go and do it. R-I-C-K in the USA? No.
No.
Maybe he should, change his name to a simpler name like Dikembe.
Maybe he'd spell that one right.
Or Kareem.
Or Fred Klein in the Wall Street Journal.
Fred Klein.
Fred in the Journal here today. Indiana awoke behind center Rick Smits. Rick spelled wrong. Or the Pacers' Donald Davis got the rebound, and that was that.
Oh, you're kidding.
The lithe Miller is a shooter and slasher of the first rank. The Dutch-born 7'4" Smits has developed into a good offensive performer, and they have rebounding muscle in 2 guys named Davis, Donald and Antonio, who aren't related.
Oh, and what paper was that out of?
This is the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, wow.
The newspaper of record.
Donald Davis, now buy stocks from me.
Doesn't Donald Davis do track commentary?
Oh, yes, Rick Smits was in the office in 74.
I'm surprised that Donald doesn't have... I'm surprised he hasn't lost his voice by now. Every time I turn around, he is talking and talking
He's great.
and talking.
I love him.
That's
He
because
is
he only
great,
has to
but-
talk 1 month out of the whole
I know,
year.
but
It
he
makes it a
sure
little
makes up
easier
for it. He
him.
must talk 8 hours a day.
He's my
Probably
favorite.
does.
He's my favorite person in Indy in the month of May.
Encyclopedia.
Well, let's move on. I just wanted to make my point about the national
Poor
media.
Donald. Poor Rick. Donald.
I'm sure the referees had a big slap on their wrist when. What do you mean you let Indiana win? Can't you call more traveling calls? Reggie gets the ball midcourt, looks one way, his tennis shoe moves 1/8 of an inch. Traveling.
Well, see, David Stern was too busy fixing the lottery.
Okay.
Attaching the sandpaper behind the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I think he should host the Academy Awards next year. Frankly.
Mr. Dynamo.
Did you hear he did do one joke?
He did?
Oh yeah, remember that?
Boy, it went right over
No,
my
what
head.
was it?
Who did a joke?
Yeah, he did. He did a joke in the middle of. I think he was like on letter number 15. That's quite I forget what it was, but got a huge laugh.
Oh, that was what he was referring to, the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons, had they been below like a certain number, like 9 or 10, they would have given up their pick, and they would end up like in 29th, and they ended up in the top 5, so they got to keep their pick. So he goes, they're very relieved.
Yeah,
that was just a magnificent halftime show, and I loved it when they go, "We'll be back with the top 3 picks coming up," and I went, "Hold your breath, man! The excitement here! I can hardly wait for David
There's a
Stern to
reason for
announce
me to
those
say-
top 3."
Top 3, okay. I have a feeling I know what they are.
And do you think David Stern ever realized that they had the names of the teams printed on the front and backs of those cards? Did you notice he'd open them up and turn them over? And they're the same thing on both sides. It was hysterical.
Mr. Television.
Maybe next year they should get like
David.
Rick Taylor to do the halftime thing.
Not since Ed Sullivan of the such an incredibly telegenic personality. Hello.
We have a
David
wonderful show
Stern.
for you tonight.
Before we continue with the Beatles, we'd like to do the 3rd pick.
I was supposed to interview him for Game 6. He was supposed to have been here for Game 6, and I was going to interview him before the game.
Has he ever been to Indiana?
I don't recall seeing him at Market
Oh, I'm
Square,
sure he-
but he has. Apparently, he goes to all the series, at least one game.
If he reads the Wall Street Journal, he can't spell the names of the players. I'll tell you that Donald Davison, he's great. And Richie Smits. Boy, that guy's really good. Is he the white guy or the black guy from Holland? Okay.
What, he was the, he was
black
the
guy
kid
from Holland.
Wasn't he the little kid on the Lucy show?
Yeah. It's Little Ricky.
You know what, Christy? If you ever interview David Stern, right before you go on, just pinch him in the ass and liven him up a little bit. Just grab him.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
You'd probably get fined.
He might enjoy it. He might just go,
You know, I came real close to talking to Spike Lee, too, but I was afraid that
Don't pitch him in the ass.
he was he kept, like, looking at me at pregame, you know, just kind of looking like, it's okay, you can come over and talk to me, but I just didn't. I don't know why.
Well, he loves the media attention,
Well,
Christy.
I thought, yeah, that's what I thought. And then I didn't think they'd air it anyway because, you know. Well,
Spike's got a lot of extra time. Maybe he can make an extra movie. He's not watching the playoffs anymore.
Nope.
I feel so bad about that.
you know, he sent all the Pacers T-shirts and tickets to his new movie and stuff.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So that means
That'll increase attendance.
They had 20 people in the theater.
Hey, the NBA draft last June, David Stern was here. Do you remember that?
Oh, well, yeah, he was here for the
of
draft.
course he was
Sure.
here. That's right, the draft was
Of
here.
course, I remember that.
Silly
How could
me.
we forget?
He was in
Silly
town.
me.
Yeah, he was for that. But I mean, I don't know if he's been to a game.
I remember they had to play the theme from 2001 when he came out, and there was the 10-minute standing ovation. The guy's an accountant.
He's an attorney.
They had to send him out in the old Elvis
Isn't he?
caves.
Whatever.
He's an attorney.
Same suit.
Boy, can you imagine him in front of a magistrate? My client stepping on the guilty.
OJ, okay, he did it.
He did it.
The news is brought to you by
Pro Golf. While you're on the link, support the blue and gold. Pro Golf is the headquarters for Pacer golf gear, straw hats, golf bags, shirts, and logo balls. Also at Pro Golf now, look for the special Ben Wright stand. Gentlemen, if you want to know what it's like to golf as a woman, they got Pacer falsies for you. Yes, sir. You could just stick them on and then...
May I? Can I interrupt the commercial?
No, let him finish, and then we'll have our falsies.
You're not
going
to believe this.
Continue. Keep going.
You're not going to believe
You can get these Pacer falsies, and then you can go, my God, I'm a 40 double D. The women do have a tough time on the links. 5 locations, Castleton, College Park, Pike Plaza, Greenwood, and East Washington.
See, the penalty for
Pro Golf.
for that idiot Ben Wright. They should make him strap on a pair of falsies, and then make him play one of the better players in the tour.
And see who wins.
I know where my money's going here.
Mine too. Mine too.
And then, put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright. Let's put your salary on the line. We'll have you
Is that the commercial?
take on one of the ladies
That's
here.
it.
Because I completely spaced this out. I forgot all about this after this is the first time for both me and Tom.
Yesterday we were at the new Karma store at
38th and High School. The west side, of course, my old stomping grounds.
We have a nice line of people waiting to
Sure.
get...
And this woman walks up, and then I always go first because I write everyone's name. And since Bob's a southpaw, he sits on the other side of the table.
Uh-huh.
And we always bring in the people clockwise.
Right.
Not that I'm anal retentive about it or anything.
No.
No, not at all.
Not you.
Sure.
No.
So anyway, this woman walks up, and I say hi, and she says hi, and then she goes over to Bob and starts... I'm kind of hearing her going, well, I want you to sign them because I'm getting new ones. And I went...
Well, she
said, basically said, would you...
I couldn't understand.
She goes, would you sign my breasts because I'm getting new ones?
And I'm figuring out...
And now, just prior to this, Bob has actually signed a boob. There was a guy there with his mate, and I suddenly look over there, and Bob has flopped this thing out, and this woman has asked him to sign it.
She did not flop it out.
Well, it was mostly flopped out.
No, it wasn't.
It was the top portion.
And Bob is drawing an arrow to the areola region and signing his autograph. And so I figured this must be some trend. This woman said, would you please sign my breasts? And then she reaches into her shirt, and she was wearing construction stuff. She was a roofer, she said. Very attractive gal. She's wearing one of those belts with a hammer and all that stuff on it. She reaches down her shirt and flops out 2 foam falsies. And they're really like old and beaten up. And she goes, I've been wearing them for so long, they're really kind of beat up.
But she's getting, I guess, a boob job here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And she wants to now take the foam rubber falsies and mount them on her wall or something with our autographs.
So we signed them. I've signed many things. I've never signed a fake boob before.
We got an update from her. She called earlier.
Oh, she did?
She said she wanted to pass along thanks again. She hopes she didn't embarrass you last night, but she really appreciates it. And she and some of her construction buddies, I guess, today are going swimming. She wanted me to let you know that she does plan to take them out so that the names don't wash off.
Okay, we did use...
Still wearing them with our names on them?
We used indelible ink. But I'm not kidding, Christy. The bottom quarter of these things was literally worn away.
It looked like chipmunks had actually eaten it away.
It was like nibbled
Wow.
You know, it looks like a pair of tennis shoes. You know, after you've had them for 3 years, you hate to give them up because they're your favorite shoes.
They're so comfortable.
But she's going for the real inside thing.
And
yeah,
she's very attractive. I said, you don't need those. You look fine, But she
wants cleavage.
She says that I don't know if her boyfriend or her husband or whatever.
No, she said she wanted cleavage. That's the reason she was doing it.
Then more power to her.
Well, hey, whatever turns you on. With all the problems people have with those, I don't think I'd recommend them. But
that was a first for me.
We've signed a lot of different things, but never a set of falsies. Now, see, I didn't know that they came like that. I thought they were attached. I didn't realize they were
attached to what?
What? Yeah. What are they going to be attached to?
Each other. Christy,
it's not like a pair of glasses.
I've never.
They don't Velcro to your nipple or anything.
Into your bra.
Now, these were like foam flesh tone
Right.
things, and they had nipples. God,
It had a hard nipple. I know. I was stunned.
It was, although it made it easier to hold when you signed it because you kind of bring your thumb and your finger up, then you can sign like this. But
so did you tweak the falsies, Tom? Is that what you were doing?
No.
I might have had a moment. When she wasn't looking, I did give them a quick sniff, just to see.
For all of the faults on my body, that has never been a problem for me. So I've never had to actually do the falsy thing.
Bravo! Standing ovation for Miss Lee.
I am fortunate enough to say I've never had to do the falsy thing, but
That'd be a great song.
I have seen
falsy thing.
I have had girlfriends in the past.
What would it?
But see, my thing, I always asked was, what do you do when you're in that? You meet a guy and you're in that romantic
that's
situation.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Then what do you do?
See, the greatest moment in motion picture history, Animal House.
Right.
When Pinto gets the gal in the bedroom, and all of a sudden he finally goes for the feel, and he comes up with 2 big handfuls of toilet paper.
See, that's exactly my point. I never understood
that's
that.
cinematic history right there.
Do we have the recording of Diana Jordan recently discussing her Wonder Bra?
Oh, I don't know.
I missed her. I wasn't here that day. I was looking forward to it.
She was very funny.
She is funny.
I could paraphrase.
She is on HBO this Saturday night.
Is she?
The new women comedy special hosted by...
I'm amazed at all the women, though, that wear those Wonder Bras because...
Well, have you ever worn one, Christy?
Well, I got one for Christmas.
You ever put it on?
I've never worn it.
Why not?
It just doesn't look right. It just pushes them like this. I mean, you look like a beacon or something because they just aren't. I don't know.
Actually, looks like the front of an old Edsel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, an old Studebaker. Remember the Studebaker? The old ones had that big cone right in the middle.
I see.
Instead of just bringing them up, it points them together, so they look. It just doesn't.
I haven't
right.
noticed that.
Right now.
If you bend over
my navel.
If you bend over, there's this possibility you may find water. The old they call it the dividing bra.
It's totally opposite of the old lift and separate theory. It's the
lift and
push together.
And mash.
Yeah,
you have that Elizabeth Taylor look, that pointy, that kind of line here with the squish together. It's ridiculous looking, is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
But
there are a lot of women who want that look, and it works for them. But
a lot of men want that look.
Now, when they take it off, is there?
I was reading an article
right here.
When a woman removes that thing, is there some kind of danger of something goes whack? Oh my God! His eye was put up at the strap of a Wonder Bra. The spring fired, and
now they're making Wonder Bra bathing suits, don't you?
Are they?
Yes.
Yes.
They have the Wonder Bra bathing suit, so you actually get that same look.
Helps
in your
build
bathing
the
room,
Wonder Bra
bathing suit top.
helps build your boobies 12 ways. And Wonder Bra. Well, why don't you bring yours in tomorrow? We'll give it a try.
We already did that. That's old news.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
Maybe
it
old
is.
for you. Did we see it?
Yeah, I tried it on.
But what were you wearing?
I was wearing
big old baggy T-shirt.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
Bring it in.
Why don't you go get one of these Wonder Bra bathing suits and try that, and then we'll get a good shot at it.
I don't think so.
We'll have a camera crew and everything here.
But those are expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
You don't think the Wonder Bra people would fork one over to the show just for the advertising? I'm sure there's some store out there that would be happy to ship a Wonder Bra bathing suit. What size do you wear?
I wear a size 6.
Okay, so if you
or a 34B. C.
BC.
B or C. Depends on the bra. You know.
Before cupping. Those were the good old days.
Just like everything else in women's fashion.
No. It's before it's cold. That's when it actually. You get that
also stands for break commercials.
Already?
On this show?
We haven't even done the news yet.
I know we haven't.
We've been talking about bosoms.
Gee, there's a surprise.
Much more interesting.
I don't really think so, but...
It's been 12 years since we did our first Breast Appreciation Day.
Breast Appreciation Day?
You don't remember that?
No.
We did an entire show devoted to them.
I wasn't working here then, obviously.
Oh, those were the good old days.
I think we may have to do that again this year.
Wait a minute. We have someone online, too, who would like to join the discussion.
Probably a surgeon.
A man. A surgeon.
Probably some intellectual...
A plastic surgeon.
Is this Norman Mailer?
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Gail.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Great. What can we do for you?
Well, I was just listening, and I heard you talking about the Wonder Bra swimsuit.
Uh-huh.
And I have one, and I've actually worn it. I went to Florida last week, and it doesn't smush you together like the bra does, Christy. I would try it.
It doesn't?
It doesn't
No.
smush you together?
No.
I love the term smush
I do
when
too.
it applies to the female breast.
Especially if it's smushed right here.
Well, I mean, that's what the bra feels like. It does feel like it's smushing you together.
It does.
But the swimsuit isn't that bad.
Now,
I'll have to try
Does it
one.
have wires and stuff in it?
Just the underwire part.
The
then they have
underwire.
then it has like a little pad thing that fits
Pad
it.
that
yeah,
boosts
like
it?
yeah.
But the pad is more foamy than the bra thing is.
Now, see, I start hearing pad and foam, and I start thinking falsy.
I start thinking about shaving.
Uh-huh.
Now,
did you look great in this bathing suit?
Actually, it did look pretty good.
Really?
Did you get the one piece or the two?
The two.
I'll have to check into it then.
So, did it look okay, like you were fully developed?
Yeah.
Well, are you fully developed? What is your natural measurement?
Well, I told Dean this. Was that Dean I was talking
Yeah,
to?
you were talking to Dean.
36D.
30.
Oh, geez, Gail. Anything you
We're
put on is
standing.
going to make you look great.
Standing ovation, dear. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Wait a minute.
Gosh.
I think we need her to come in and model the bathing suit.
See, you don't need me to model. You
Yes,
need
we do.
somebody like that.
How old are you?
28.
Jeez, I don't. This is really
28.
depressing
You don't
me
need a Wonder Bra when you're 28.
Did you? Now, were you?
Gail.
Were you with your husband or boyfriend or what?
Yeah, I was with my boyfriend.
What did he think of the presentation?
He thought it was great.
I'll
Really?
bet.
May I
He was
just?
a little nervous.
May I?
about
This
it.
is what he thought of it.
Pardon me?
Bob's making obscure sound effects. I'm not sure what he means. So your boyfriend gave the thing a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Gail, that's very
bet that
impressive.
wasn't
To say the least, yeah, thank you for
He
filling
could
in the
have put a
blank.
sail on it in the pool.
Thank you. Oh my.
Well, that's great. So,
Well.
so you're recommending the Wonder, what's it called? Is it called the Wonder Suit?
I think it's Victoria's Secret is the one that I got. And I think there it's the Miracle Suit.
Yeah, they have the Victoria's
do
Secret
they-
is called the Miracle Bra.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Do they make one for men like the Wonder Wear?
Yes, they do. Remember, I did that story, and it even has an attachable piece.
It has a cod piece.
Yes.
Was it like a Speedo suit?
Yeah, you can bypass.
It's underwear. It's
You can
not a bathing
bypass
suit, but
the
it's an
big-
underwear
you can
thing.
bypass the big bucks at Victoria's Secret. Potato.
Just a big Idaho potato right there in the front.
It gets a little mushy after you've been swimming for a while, but
Avoid putting too much suntan oil on that lotion. People walk by and they go,
He looks like he's baking.
wait a second, I think I smell McDonald's fries. I love McDonald's fries.
Makes its own sour cream.